Ayo, what is poppin'? It's your boy Chxrrys coming at y'all with a brand new Valorant video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about, as you guys can see from the title, Valorant for Dummies. So we're going to go through a few topics in this video. We're going to go over 1, what is Valorant? 2, how to get the game, if some of you guys don't know by now. 3, how the game basically works, like how it's played, what you do, all of that kind of stuff. 4, we're going to go over abilities and why the game is so significant and different from other games. And the last thing we're going to go over is the operators within the game. So yeah, let's get right into it. The first thing we're going to talk about is what is Valorant. So Valorant is a first-person shooter, as you guys can tell. And it's kind of like a mix between Overwatch and CSGO. So I've never really played Overwatch, but I'd say it's like Overwatch because of the abilities and how there's like different characters and stuff in the game. So you play different characters, each one doing a different thing, and you just have an objective or whatever. I don't really know much more about Overwatch, honestly. But yeah, it's also like CSGO. So CSGO is mostly similar to this game with the mechanics of the game. Like, if anyone has ever played CSGO and you're watching this, you can tell by basically how the guns work and how the aim is. It's pretty similar to CSGO. Like knives, B-hopping, all of that stuff, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much what Valorant is. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is how to get Valorant. So Valorant is right now in closed beta. Don't know if it says that anywhere. About support. Greetings, no term of service, license. I don't know. It doesn't say anywhere, but it is in closed beta right now. So what that means is basically only certain people can get it, and it's still in beta form, which means the game isn't like set to like this isn't how the game is gonna be altogether. It's still gonna change everything, but people are just playing it in the beta to see what needs to be changed and how the game is in the state of the game right now. But yeah, and by closed beta, it's basically, like I said, only a certain amount of people or certain people can get the game. And the way to actually get the game is watching Twitch streams. Everyone probably does this, so I'll go pretty fast. But a few tips to get the game the fastest is you have to make sure that you have the volume on at least like 1%. You can have it on anything. You can have it on your computer. I did it on my iPad. You can have it on a phone, on a tablet, anything. You just have to make sure that the volume's at least 1%, and you also have to make sure that you have your right games linked with your Twitch account. So you'll basically go into your Twitch, go to your settings, and then link right games. And what you'll do from there is create an account and everything. You'll make your Valorant username and all that. And then you go in and watch streams that have drops enabled. I watched Anomaly's stream. He's like streaming 24/7. I think it's just like recorded gameplay though, but it's a really easy way to get the game. I just left it on my iPad on the charger for a few hours and I would have got it, but I left it on for like 27 hours because I was like, oh my god, why am I not getting this game? And then I finally gave up and I got off of this stream after like 27 hours. And then I got an email like 2 hours later saying, here's your key. So basically you have to watch it for about, I don't know, 2 to 5-ish hours. And then get off of the stream for a little bit and you'll get the email to get the game. So yeah, that's basically the easiest way to get Valorant. Alright, the next thing we're going to talk about is how the game works itself. So within the game there's different operators. There's 10 operators. And they each do different things, but the game itself is like objective based or kill based. So it's going to be like bomb sites A, B, or C. Only one map has C right now, but the other ones have just A and B. There's only 3 maps, and there are teleporters and stuff within the maps like this, but there's only teleporters on one map right now, I believe. It's objective based 5v5 search and destroy, like you basically have to kill the other team or plant the bomb or defuse the bomb to win. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole game in a nutshell, along with CSGO and Overwatch terms like I talked about, like basically the aiming and everything. And yeah, that's how the game works. So the next thing we're going to talk about is our abilities. So each operator has its own select abilities. This is Jet, as you guys can see, and she has her 4 abilities. Everyone has 4 abilities. They have their first ability, which is on the far left here for me, and it is a smoke. These smokes on Jet aren't as good as other people's smokes because they don't last as long. Like you can see how they are here for a minute, they block, and then they're gone. Other ones typically seem to last like double that time. But yeah. And then another ability that she has is her fly up ability. I don't know what to call it, but this is my wheel up, my second one there. And yeah, she's basically reaching the sky barrier, so she can't go anywhere. But you can buy 2 of these. And her third ability is going to be this mouse wheel down, which basically lets you like escape a fight. Like say I take this fight and this guy is lighting me up, I'm like, nice, jump away so I don't die or something. And then everyone has an ultimate ability, which is my mouse button 4 here, and hers are these knives. And she can shoot them, they're 100% accurate at all times. And basically it's like 2 to 3 to kill someone, unless it's in the head, then it's an instant one-shot kill. But a cool thing about her ability is if you get 2 kills using the knives, you get to refill all 5 of them back. And on top of that, she has her left click, which is a single shot, or her right click, which shoots all of them at the same time, and it's more of like a burst mode shot. But yeah, basically there's a bunch of different abilities in the game. When you're actually in the game, you'll buy them down here, each of them costing like different amount depending on what operator you play. Mine are like 100 each for these, 200 each for these. And then your third ability, everyone gets 1 every round, or 2, however many. Like I said, it varies on your operator. And then your final ability down here, this one that I'm using, you get 1 of the little points, these little dots, you get 1 of those per round you play, and if you get a kill you get 1. And like, yeah, so that's how you basically build that one up. Along with abilities inside the game, there's little black orbs you'll see around the map. They're mostly in like high populated areas where if you're gonna grab them, it's gonna be kind of risky because the other team can see you and stuff. So those are also around the map, and they will give you an extra 1 of those points that I was talking about towards your ultimate down there at the bottom. Also with the abilities, you need to learn when you want to buy them or not. Because if you don't get to the halfway point in your game, which as you can see that little line at the halfway right there, if you're not there yet, then your abilities carry over to the next round. So basically, say if I use this, I should have 2 down there at my mouse button 5. If I wait until the next round, if I die or survive, I'll get to keep my 2 that I still have, and I'll have to buy 1 more if I want to make it full again. So that goes with like all your abilities except for your ultimate. Your ultimate, if you use it in a round and you die, or even if you survive, after the next round is over, you won't be able to use it again. You have to reload the way out. So that's the only difference between those. So basically you have to manage your money and know what you need and what you want for each round. So the final thing we're going to talk about today is operators. So first we start off with Jet. I've been playing her the whole time, so you guys basically know her. You know everything she does, I showed you guys that. So we're just going to go to the next operator. Okay, so the next operator we're going to talk about is this big guy here, Brimstone. Brimstone has his 4 abilities, like everyone else. And what he does is this. So for his mouse button 5, his first ability, he has like a little beacon that you can throw on the ground. Combat beacon. Makes you shoot faster, makes you reload faster. I can't reload because it doesn't allow you to reload in this like practice thing, but basically that lasts us for a little bit, and everyone who's inside, they can shoot faster, reload faster, etc. His next thing he has is his mouse wheel up for me with my keybinds. And this is like a little Molotov cocktail. So he's going to put it in here, and then he's going to shoot it. Let's just shoot it right here. It bounces around, and then it pops down on the floor and will burn anyone inside. Be careful because this also hurts your teammates and yourself if you get inside of it. His next ability, mouse wheel down, is his smokes. He has 3 smokes, and he can put them anywhere. and you use your left mouse button to click to put them where, and then your right mouse button to actually make them come down. Two of them landed on the ceiling. Well, one of them landed on the ceiling there, but you see the other two. And these last for much longer than the ones like Jet does, like I was saying earlier. And then his ultimate ability is his mouse button forward for me, and you once again open this up.
Open up
and
the
you
sky!
select the area, and then it goes through walls and ceilings and everything, and it comes down and basically kills anyone who's inside for like a few seconds. And yeah, that's basically Brimstone. Okay, so next up is Omen. Let me show you. Yep, Omen right there. So for his mouse button 5 here, he has a teleport, and it can only reach about that far. If you're looking straight, it doesn't go any further, but you can do it like only where you're looking, so you can't go through walls or anything. But this is pretty good if you're taking someone by surprise, like say someone is peeking this angle or something and you want to go like that, teleport, they don't know, boom, they're dead, just like that. So that's his mouse button 5. His second one is going to be a little flashbang type thing. It can go through walls, and you can basically throw it at anyone. Mouse way up, push it through, and all of those guys with the things on their head have been flashbanged. And it works pretty good. It doesn't flashbang yourself. Just throw it. It'll flash all of them. Easy kills. His third ability, also a down, is a smoke grenade, right? So his smoke grenade, just like that, push it, and there it goes. So these regen for you after every, I don't know how many seconds it was there, 35 or 30, something like that. But you can basically push it however far you want it. And then press your button, you shoot it down, and there it is, a big smoke grenade. So yeah. And next we're going to talk about his ultimate ability. His ultimate ability, we're right here. You can basically click anywhere on the map, click it, wait for you to gather the shadow, and then you will automatically teleport there. His ultimate is really good for taking people by surprise and getting in their spawn or taking a flank or anything like that. So if this seems like someone you might like, then I don't know, just try him out. Okay, so our next operator is going to be Phoenix. Phoenix is actually one of my second favorite operators in the game. He has a lot of abilities that are going to help you if you want to be like an aggressive player. And here they are. So mouse button 5, he has a wall. So he's going to throw that straight up right there. If you stand inside of it, it will heal you, which is really good. And also it hurts other people, teammates and enemies, if they go through it. His next ability is a mouse wheel up, and I can either left click or right click which direction I want this to go. So if I'm standing around this corner and I want it to go to the right here, I'm going to right click. It will flash you, so be careful, but here we're going to flash them. Let me see if I can... Alright, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it where I can show you, but... When they're flashed, basically there's like a little white glimmering thing in their eyes that you can see, which notifies you that they're flashed. There you go, you saw it for a second. We'll do that one more time. There it is. So that's that. He gets 2 of those around. You can buy those, and those are pretty good, but they do run out pretty fast, so you have to work fast if you're going to do it around a corner or something. His next ability, mouse wheel down, his little hot hands. You can either right click to make it go like an underhand and not that far, or you can left click to throw it further. This basically is like the Molotov cocktail of Brimstone, and it hurts people who are inside of it, and also much like Phoenix's wall, if you're inside of it, it will heal you up, so that is a cool thing. His last is his ultimate ability, and it's going to be Run It Back. So Run It Back, you mark whatever location there, and then you can go in and just shoot people with anything, no consequence. And then if you get killed or if the timer runs out you saw there, you'll come back here. And I think you do spawn back with only 100 health, so if you have any shields or anything and you lose them, you're only going to spawn back with your 100 health. Okay, so next up is Raz. Raz is actually probably about my third or fourth favorite operator in the game. Her mouse button 5 here is like a little remote controlled RCXD, except you don't control it, it just goes by itself. So you're gonna push it down, and it basically bounces around until it finds like an enemy, and its little crosshairs there. And when it does, it'll go straight to them, and it'll get mad like that, and it'll open up and hop up and explode them. She's like a really good player for DPS, so if you want to do a lot of damage, you want to run her. Like, look, that was 100 HP right there. They're dead. Her next thing she has is a C4. Throw it to the same button to detonate it. It doesn't do as much damage, but it does do a good deal of damage. And yeah, that's her second one. Her next one she has is a little, kind of like a grenade. You can either left click it or right click it. If you left click it, it's going to throw far. Right click it, and it's going to like underhand it short. But here's what it does. So you throw it, it blows up, does damage, and then a little bunch more come out and do more damage. It hurts you and your teammates, so be careful of that. And that's her third ability. Her ultimate ability, mouse button 4, a rocket launcher, super OP. You just pull it out and literally shoot it. Bang, kills like everyone in its area. Has a lot of kickback, so be careful with that and just know what you're doing. It does take a little bit to pull out, so you need to make sure you have enough time. There it is. Next up is Sage. Sage is kind of like a healing operator, really passive, and help out the team a lot. She's like a doctor from Rainbow Six Siege or a lifeline from Apex Legends. Basically, she has a mouse button 5. You can hit the mouse button 5 to change the way, or you can hold your your right click, sorry, and you can rotate it around, and then if you hit your mouse button 5, it changes it again. And then your left click is just gonna put up this big wall. So this wall is gonna decay over time, but you can shoot it to break it faster. It does take quite a bit of time for it to break, but it's really good to block off ways that people want to come. Like say they spawn right here, you can block this off, and there they are. They have to break through that, and you can hear them or something if they want to get through it, you know. So that's a really good ability. The next ability, I don't find really too utilizing, but maybe it's just my playstyle. She pulls out an orb here, you can throw it, and it goes on the ground and slows down anyone who gets in it. It slows down myself as well and teammates, but the only thing, it does not do damage. Her third ability, probably one of my favorite abilities of her, is her heal. So you can either right click to heal yourself, or you can left click and it'll heal a teammate. So basically your teammate will pop up here and it'll show them that they need healed, and you left click it and she'll throw it at them and it'll heal them all the way back up to 100 points. So her next ability she has is a resurrection. So if there's a dead body near her on her team, you can basically go up to the dead body, say this is the dead body, you left click on it, boom, they come back to life. It has like a 2-second actuation time after they come back to life, so be careful that they're in like a safe spot, and so are you, so neither of you get killed. And that's pretty much going to wrap up Sage. Okay, so next up is Sova. So Sova, his abilities, his mouse button 5, he has a little recon drone here that you can push out, and if you shoot an enemy, it will show you where they are, and if you shoot a teammate, it will actually heal them. So this isn't too bad of a little first ability that he has. It's pretty good, honestly. His next ability, mouse wheel up, you can hit left click to change the bounces there, and it's basically a shock dart. You shoot it, bounce once, there it is. So here's with no bounces, it lands, shocks anyone around them, kills them depending on their health. His third ability, he has a dart that you can also change the bounces on, but we're not going to do it. It basically reveals anyone who's in its area. It does not go through walls, so if it was placed like right here, it wouldn't go through this wall and get these guys, so you'd be safe from that. But this is really good for intel and for helping your team out, especially when the bomb's planted and you're like trying to watch. His ultimate ability here can shoot through walls, and it's actually really good. If you know where they are, say you pair it with something like this.
Revealing area. There they are.
Like we see them. shoot that, shoot it through walls, and then after you hit them, it'll show you they're there. And yeah, it does quite a bit of damage. If you get hit by one, you'll probably die depending on how close you are to it. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this level. Okay, so the next person we got is Breach. Breach, mouse button 5 here, shoots this, and it'll pretty much do damage to anyone who's close to it, even though those are really bad. That was also really bad, but yeah. His mouse wheel up here, gonna shoot it, and it's gonna flash anyone who's near it. His third one here, you're gonna charge it up how far you want it, and there you go, it's gonna flash all these guys. You can see the little things on their head that shows they're flashed. Then his final ability, it's gonna go Rolling Thunder, and there it goes. It does damage and concusses all of them. Keep in mind you can do his ultimate through walls. You can do this one through walls, and you can also do this one through walls, but it's gonna stick right there and flash and hurt the other side, I mean. And then his mouse wheel up here, I don't believe you can do through walls. Blinding! Oh, you can. Never mind. I guess I'm wrong. Okay, so next up we have Cypher. So Cypher has a little pen like this, and it basically connects to walls and doorways and stuff. We can throw one right here. Like, say someone walked through this, it'll identify them and show you on the map where they are, and if they don't shoot this before it blows up, they will actually be like hurt from it, and it'll also like track them for a little longer. So that's a pretty good ability right there. His next ability, you throw this up, you can detonate it through walls, and it's like a smoke grenade. His third ability, he pulls out this little thing here. Let's put it up here. It's like a camera, and you can basically get on it, shoot people to track them, and get off of it, and then it'll disappear again. And it's actually really good for intel, especially if you put it on a bomb site or something, and if you don't really ping anyone, then it's actually really good. His final ability here is going to be, if you get a corpse, like a dead player on any other team, you can search the corpse, and it'll show you where everyone on the other team is. So it's kind of like an interrogation or something if you've played Rainbow Six Siege. So yeah, that's going to wrap up Cypher for you. So last but not least, we have Viper. Viper goes by basically this toxin level at the bottom of her screen here, right above her abilities. Her mouse button 5 is going to be, you shoot it down, and it's like a little poison that your teammates can get hurt from, and it hurts other people who are in it. It also hurts yourself, as you can see. Her mouse wheel up here, she throws down that. It's like a little smoke, and then you hit mouse wheel up again. It'll make an orb, and it hurts other players that are in it if they're on your team or if they're on another team. Her mouse wheel down here,
poison's off.
If you mouse wheel up, it'll stop it. It'll go on until your little bar at the bottom runs out there. But your mouse wheel down is going to be your little line like this, and when you do it, it's going to make a screen like this, which is going to damage people if they get inside of it and block off a lot of lines of sight. And then her ultimate ability, which I think is actually really cool, is if you place it anywhere and there's enemies inside of it, you can basically have them highlighted and kill them. It's pretty broken if you get the bomb in it or something, because it won't give it to anybody inside of it. Like, anyone who comes in, they won't see you, but you'll see them. And if they have to defuse the bomb, they ultimately have to come in. And as long as you stay inside of it, it's not going to go away. So it's pretty broken, honestly. And if you get outside of it, after a little bit, as you can see the bar at the top of the screen, it's going to fall down. So yeah, that's basically going to wrap up this Valorant for Dummies video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure you subscribe and leave a like. And yeah, until next time, peace out.